All right, recapping Texas versus LSU. Congratulations to LSU and the LSU fans. I'll never take anything away from an opponent. I knew in my pregame video, I even said what our weakness was and what we were going to have to do, and we just were not able to do that. First half, both teams a little bit flat, especially Texas. Texas came out after the half, after making some adjustments, and we had it rolling on offense. I don't believe that we punted a single time in the second half. So when we got the ball, we were able to go down and score. The biggest thing was was the defense, the corners, and I said that in my pregame video that we had a young defense, and there was a possibility of us, getting rolled over, on the defensive side, and that happened time and time again. There toward the end of the game, I was really upset. Really the whole game, we were blitzing entirely too much, leaving our corners, leaving our safeties on islands, and just not good. Just not good. There at the end of the game, I was disgusted with the 3rd and 17. Not only a completion, but a touchdown by LSU. That's just something you cannot do. Running a zone blitz on 3rd and 17, just not a good call by our coaching staff, in my opinion. Early on in the game, Ingram dropping the touchdown pass is really inexcusable. Right in his hands, easy layup. You got to catch those. I mentioned that in my pregame video as well. We got to hold on to the ball. We got to make those plays. So offensively, I think we were pretty decent. Sam Ehlinger spreading the ball out to a lot of different receivers. Sam Ehlinger doing what he does on the ground, over 60 yards rushing. So, got to tip your hat to LSU. They came out and in our home, in our backyard, and they were able to beat us. Secondary, they just didn't have enough. Just didn't have what it took to be able to stand up against LSU. They need to grow and they need to improve, and they need to get to that next level. I do blame the coaching staff for running that zone blitz far too often. You leave the middle of the field open, you leave the outside open, and teams like LSU can pick you apart when you do that. Me personally, I believe with the defense that we have, we shouldn't be running a lot of blitz packages unless our offense is up, 14 points. Then give your defense a chance to go in there and get to the quarterback more. But it is risky. You leave spots open in the middle of the field and outside as well. So Ingram, just disappointed with that performance. Roschon Johnson from right here in Port Neches, Texas, looking really good with the play that he had in the game. Really proud of this guy. On the offensive side of the ball, Colin Johnson just losing that matchup. Not winning enough on the outside against what I felt was a lesser opponent, taking nothing away from him, but you got to win that matchup. 6'6", like the guys in Fanatic Perspective, a channel on YouTube that I really enjoy, they said, he lost money in that game where the NFL is concerned, and I believe that that's right. That matchup, he should have owned that matchup, and I totally agree with that. Taking nothing away from our star wide receiver, but those are games you got to come up, and you got to come up big. The rest of the season, I believe that we have the opportunity to still get up there. We did drop, of course, in the rankings. There's a lot of football left to play, so you guys stay positive. We still got to play Oklahoma, and a lot of these teams that are high up in the rankings. We're going to see some of those teams struggle later on. Some of those teams will drop with a loss. You know, it's only a matter of time, so let's stay positive. We're going to Rice this next weekend. I believe that it can be a good bounce back, get our confidence back where it needs to be. So again, my hat's off to LSU. Great game, great play. Over 400 yards of offense, which we had as well. So you can't really knock our offense totally, you know. Just early on, the field goals, I believe we should have taken at least one of those 2 field goal opportunities that we would have had. You know, against a team like that, sometimes you need to just take the points. But then again, against a team like LSU, got an opportunity to punch it in the end zone, you need to do it. So you can really go both ways on that. I wish Johnson would have came up bigger. I wish Ingram would have had a better game, as we all do. Really had to utilize the pass game coming in, you know, to the second half. Ellinger, pretty spot on. Started out a little slow, but he really got it going. The defensive play, though, got to improve. Definitely got to improve the corners in the backfield. Running that zone blitz far too often. Far too often. Yeah, sure, it's great if you get to the quarterback, but what happens if you don't? We saw that in this game. So, moving on to Rice, that's all we can do. We're going to move on. We're going to stick with our team, and we're going to bounce back from this and see what happens. So we got Rice coming up. I will have a pre-game on this coming out soon. So you guys look forward to that. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe by clicking on that bell to the right to be notified of all my future videos. And hook 'em horns. Hey, let's go to Rice. Let's bounce back. Let's keep moving forward. And let's stay positive, guys. You know, we played an awesome team in LSU. So a lot of people said it was going to be a blowout. Wasn't a blowout. It was a fight. It was a fight till the very end. So we got nothing really. I mean, we got some things to be ashamed of. That defense definitely, and some of the calls by the defensive coordinator. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So, you know, we just got to move on from this. So Rice it is. Saturday, let's go get the Rice Owls. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Pre-game coming up soon.